Okay, so I was late to the bridal shower today because I had to stop at the mall and use the facilities to freshen up. Ever since I've been homeless, I've discovered that women's lounges at the mall are the best place for a sponge bath because they sometimes have complimentary toiletries. It's very exciting. I would have been on time, but my 2 cats were desperately in need for a bath, and I just had to take care of Princess and Tiffany. What luck I had today, too! A kind woman felt sorry for me and gave me the nicest gift. I was going to keep it for myself, but decided to give that to Autumn for her shower gift instead. Besides, it seemed like the perfect gift for her anyway.
Number 12.
Michelle Kill and with kindness. Maureen reportedly was with Ashley Inga Aiken. Okay. This morning during the time of the murder, but Ashley claims Michelle was not with her for a period of at least 30 minutes. Can you explain your absence? That's you, the blue.
That's you?
I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to choose the perfect gift to shower Autumn with love today and welcome her to our family. I stopped into the designer shop I had ordered the gift from, picked up my package, and was promptly on my way. Unfortunately, the double latte I had assumed on the drive up had kicked in, and I had the need to make a pressing lavatory stop as soon as possible. But when I entered the ladies' lounge, I encountered a homeless woman bathing her cats in the sink. I had to wait for her to finish the feline baths before I could even wash and go on with my day. At first, I was annoyed with the wait, and I knew Peggy Post would be appalled at the poor etiquette of bathing felines in a public facility. But after some consideration, I felt pity for the young woman, as she certainly looked in need of some compassion. I was stricken with a desire to bless this woman with something meaningful, and finally chose to give the generous gift I had intended for Autumn to the young homeless woman instead, deciding I would give Autumn a gift at a later date.
Oh, that's how you didn't come up with that.
Well, that's plain.
Question 13.
Shelley, I have been quiet as I.
Oh wait, the question.
Okay.
Shelley, Bet Your Bottom Dollar Mary has been quiet this entire time. What was she up to this morning? Was she at the mall, and does she know anything about the murder she is not sharing?
I have been quiet as I'm mourning my son. I was at the mall and I was visiting the new poker game store they just put in. Would you believe it? They just got in a new shipment of euchre tournament tables. But anyway, when I was leaving the store, I saw Leanne, always the bridesmaid, Crecky, get plowed into by a rude woman who was not watching where she was going. The rude woman stepped on the poor girl's bunion toe and didn't even apologize. After I helped Leanne, always the bridesmaid, Crecky, collect her things, she hurriedly limped off, chasing the rude woman who was wearing an apron and a hairnet and carried a bag of gourmet bakery items. Something white was leaking out of the rude woman's bag. All I could hear was shouting, "Nobody can step on my bunion." "Come back here, you hairnet bully!"
Okay, so someone clearly wanted Autumn's hunky groom out of the picture, and surely we have many suspicious characters right here in this room. Did one of these beautiful women have something to gain from his death, or did one of them hire a killer to off our Kenyon night? Or is there another suspect that we haven't yet questioned? You get to go ahead and write down your answers, and you may want to review the clues, which are all displayed beautifully around our Kenyon night up here.
Okay.
Who done it? Drum roll. All right. After the engaged couple's argument this morning, John was covered in extinguisher powder. As his fiancée sped away, he tried desperately to mend things with her. He met up with Jessica, and he rewrote his vows with her help. And in return, he did tear up the bad company deal receipt that he had with her. And then he dreamily walked away to his car, excited to go and type up his now perfect wedding vows that he had written on the napkin, and excited to share his promises on his wedding day. But upon arriving at his car, he discovered that it had been punctured several times. Nobody was around, and he then realized that he had been vandalized, and the cash that he was saving for Mona had been stolen. He was upset. He was upset and had to already maneuver around the slippery fire extinguisher powder when he realized that there was some kind of another powder all over the interior of his car. It appeared that the vandal had spilled powdered sugar all over his seats. How strange. He got out of his car to look for anyone suspicious when he noticed the wedding caterer from his wedding was approaching the car. She looked crazy angry and demanded the rest of her money immediately. She explained that she had already relieved him of the $3 grand of his obligations when she took the cash out of his car earlier. She was going to take off until she was attacked by a crazy stiletto-yielding blonde woman whining about her bunion. She wanted to know why John had sent this woman to do his dirty work for him. When John denied any involvement in the earlier stiletto altercation, she became irritated at him and reached into her mall bag for the rolling pin she had just purchased at the gourmet kitchen store. She tried to just give him a startle while swinging the heavy rolling pin until she slipped on the slippery fire extinguisher powder from Autumn's earlier outburst. She cracked the tall Kenyon Casanova on his head with the rolling pin, and he dropped to the ground. She started to race off and was nearly run over by a racehorse carrying two drunken women eating French fries. So the answer, if anybody guessed it, was the caterer that killed John. Did anybody guess that? Because I know that was a hard reach. Okay. Anybody? No? Who did you guys think?
Stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and
love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I'll tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and